Who missed me? Happy New Year. I missed all of you. I missed YouTube. I missed everybody. Okay. And as for those that have DM me, look at my face. I'm back. I miss you guys so much. As you can see, change of the environment. I'm going to give you guys a life update and maybe my plans for 2026. Okay, as you can see, change of environment. I'm back in Nigeria. Okay, so let's start from where we left off. We were left off in March of 2024. Correct me if I'm mistaken. See, I have no time to waste anymore, so I'm not doing a long intro, nothing like that. Okay, let's jump straight into it. March of 2024, that's when you left me. I think my grandpa died in January 2024, so I was still grieving up until March, and then I traveled to Nigeria in April of 2024 for his burial. It was quite nice. It was so emotional, but it was quite nice. Yeah, bonded with some of my cousins, a bit of family drama here and there, but yeah, it was okay. I feel like I did not plan to stay off YouTube for this long, but it just so happened because my life actually became a mess. Okay, let's even start. Naman Kosamo is a man that caused it, but we're not going to blame him. I will take responsibility for my life and for my actions. Okay, so March of 2024, before I left YouTube, I already started talking to someone, or after I left YouTube, I think I started talking to someone who will eventually end up being my man. Okay, so April of 2024, I went for my granddad's burial, and then May of 2024, I came back to the UK. And you guys know I've not really had a relationship. I've never had a relationship. If you can recall my video of why I've never dated anybody, you'd know why I've never had a relationship. So yes, I never had one. So me and this person were talking, and we're talking since March. So even when I was in Nigeria, we're still talking, but we had like our ups and downs. Not necessarily ups and downs. We were just like, we had bits of, because I've never let anybody into my life, so it was quite difficult letting him into my life. So that was where the friction was, because I did not find it very easy letting somebody into my space. So the friction was there. Anywho, fast forward to March, April, May 2025, I came back. Or before I came back, I did a 1-week internship in a company, because around then I was thinking of traveling back to Nigeria, because I just felt like my life in the UK was a mess. I didn't have a stable job. In case you guys don't know, I was working in care. I didn't have a stable job, so my shifts were on and off, and I was just doing it to get a couple of bucks because I needed to do something with the money. And then as soon as I made the money, I found it hard to live because I started being dependent on this money. So I was just like, you know what, I'll come back to Nigeria. So I always had the plan at the back of my mind since 2024 that I'll come back to Nigeria. I did a 1-week internship in a place that will end up being my company in the future. So just holding everything I'm saying. All these things will add up later. So in May, okay, so in June of 2024, later in May of 2024, I fought with, like, there was like not a physical fight, there was like this big fight of, I am not going to be in a talking stage for, I've been talking to this person since March, April, May. So I was like, I'm not going to be in a talking stage for 3 months. So I told him that I was going to, like, it was over, like, let's stop talking, I don't want to talk to you, because I felt like I liked him so much that I wanted something more. And I've not really been in that position of wanting something more. Usually I'm the one that will flee and I will not talk to you again. But this time around I wanted something more from him, and he was not offering something more. So I ended things with him in May of 2024. Somehow started talking again, because we had this thing where we did bi-weekly dates. See, I'm trying not to give too much details as per life updates because of relationship. I'm trying to cover all the areas of my life. So yeah, where was I? Okay, So where was I actually? I've not done this thing in a long time. I don't have a script. I'm just here blabbing. Okay, so yeah, so we ended things off, and then somehow we ended up talking again because we had this bi-weekly date thing where we always meet up every 2 weeks, where we always have a date every 2 weeks, and one was already pre-planned, so I could not waste the money for that one. So I'm like, you know what, come for the date. I told him to come for the date and then hand over my keys and everything. And somehow after that date, handing over of keys, we talked and it got emotional, and then we started dating. We started talking again. And then June of 2024, he asked me to be his girlfriend in a very lackadaisical way that I will never, I repeat, I will never in my life accept it from any man again. I'm not Moyo. I'm not Moyo of 2024. I will never ever in my life accept it. A man did that to me this year, but we'll go there. And when I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? No, 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 no. Nobody is dating me out of convenience. I'm not dating anybody out of convenience anymore. And this channel will probably turn into a relationship channel or a personal growth or whatever the case may be. But I'm going to be talking about relationships a lot more than I used to talk about relationships in the past because they hurt me. I was hot, but I'm over it. I'm just shouting because I'm just like, you know what? Never in my life am I going to take that BS from anybody ever. So he asked me to be his girlfriend in such a very lackadaisical way, and when I think about it, I'm like, why? Why was I so in love that I could not just be like, you know what, try again later? Anywho, fast forward, I can't really recall what happened in July 2024. But I told you in March 2024, I got a job. I was still in this job up until the end of the year. August 2024 was this guy's birthday. So we had like a vacation, or however you may like to call it, a base staycation. So we traveled somewhere. It was really cute and whatever. The interior of that place was really nice. And it just made me realize some things that in this life here, in as much as I did not used to let a lot of people in, there was a reason why, because I am such a lover girl. And I refuse to let that part of me be unleashed for anybody that doesn't deserve it. Like, I am such a lover girl to the core. The things I did, like from food prep, from packing of stuff, from even getting balloons so that I can decorate the apartment, everything was really cute. It was really nice. And when I think about it, I'm like, cause God, I spent money. Hey, God. I'm in Nigeria now and I'm thinking if I saved that money, I would have probably spent it on something stupid. But it would have been better that I did not spend it on a man. I'm not saying don't spend on a man, but it would have probably been way better than that I did not spend it on a man. And as you can probably tell, my aura is way different because frontal lobe has developed. It's over for all of you. We kind of had a talk after his birthday, and then we decided that if this was ever to be the case, it will make sure that it did not affect me, and it will make sure that, you know, we are still together forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. But little did you know, little did I know, little did me then know that this person is a bloody stinking liar, manipulator, everything in one person. And see, hi God, I've come to forgive, but never in my life. Before, I used to think that, you know what, since this is the only person I was able to tolerate to the extent of being a partner with him, if he was ever to come back, there was the likely chance of me accepting it and being like, okay, for us to have gone this far, it means I really loved this person, which I did. But I used to say I will accept him back. But now that I look back on it, I said, God forbid. God forbid that my head be used like that I will be thinking this over and over and over again, that you'll be manipulating me and be crying in front of me and making me think that you actually care, but meanwhile you're just a bastard, because you're actually just a bastard. Because if it's that you care, hey, you would not have done the things you did. Anyway, that's by the way. This person really hurts me. That's why I'm very, very pissed. because that was the first person I let in, and then it ended up that way. Like I went through it. Don't worry, I'm doing a recap, and this video is going to be so bloody long. So I don't know where you're watching it up to, but all the best to you, because if this thing ends up not recording, I'm not videoing this again. I'm sorry, but it's gone. Anyway, September of 2024, it was a bland month. Nothing really happened. October of 2024, nothing really happened. Not that I recall, because my life in the UK was it was there. Let's see. November of 2024 was when the drama started to unleash. I said we had a conversation in August of 2024, and somehow November of 2024 the drama unleashed. And then, hey, Jehovah Nissi, God, thank you for saving my life. And you know what, even if it wasn't the case that I was with him, it would have still happened with someone else. But the fact that I was with this person and you did not uphold your conversation the way you said you were going to uphold it. I mean, sometimes I feel like things turn, when God, this is the problem with me, I always make excuses for these clowns. And when God said that they will harden the heart of Pharaoh just to prove himself, I feel like God did this in that point. God hardened the heart of this man just to save my life. But even after everything, he was still a clown. Like, God hardened because if he upheld the conversation we had in August, I'm not sure you'll be talking to me. Because he did not uphold the conversation he had. I had to visit the hospital, and then I found out that something was wrong with me, and then I ended up going into surgery, emergency surgery. Like, God will let somebody ruin your life just to save your life, and I feel like he was just the element to ruin my life. But you know what happened? Imagine if the Israelites went back to Pharaoh. Did they ever go back to Pharaoh? I don't know. Well, I went back to Pharaoh because I'm a fool. I'm actually a very big fool. I went back to Pharaoh. Because I told Pharaoh it wasn't your fault. I told Pharaoh that it wasn't your fault. That the reason why God made you behave that way was so I would visit the hospital and find out that there was something wrong with me. And I would have had to have an emergency surgery. Don't worry, I'll insert clips so that you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. So I'm not giving any details because that's my personal life and that's my health. So in December of in the end, was it in the end? Oh yeah, we got back together. Mind you, we broke up in November-ish of 2024. And mind you, I even forgot to say that I resigned from my care role in November of 2024. Because we also had plans to move in together the following year. So I resigned from my role so that I can start searching for a new role in the new city we claim to want to move together in. So literally, I paused my life, or I stopped my life. I mean, I would have eventually not been working there because I always had plans of quitting the role to focus on hair braiding. But the main catalyst to me quitting that role was this man, only for us to break up. I even had text with him. I think I'll try to look for the text just so everything makes sense. And then you know what he said? You were not the only one that stopped your life because of the other person. I also, I'm like, is this a joke? Oh yeah, September of 2025, I got my cat Bumble, my baby. Yeah, I also got my cat in September of 2024. I'll put a picture of him. He's so cute. He's so adorable. Anyway, when we broke up, because it was meant to be our cats, because we're going to move in together, so it was meant to be our baby. And then when we ended up breaking up, I was like, you know what, he should come and pick up Bumble. That I cannot believe I paused my life because of a man. I'm a lover girl. Hey, Jesus Christ, never again, ever, in Jesus' name, amen. And then I'm like, he should come and pick up Bumble that I'm not doing again. Like, let's just end things. So the day he came to pick up Bumble was the day that I asked him, because I was like, you know what, this this argument actually saved my life one way or another. So it was the same time that I asked him that, let's get back together. And we got back together. And we actually got back together. But what happened when we got back together, now that I look back on it, I realized that this person did not care one bit about me. He did not care one bit about me. Like, I was convenience. I was convenient to him. It was convenient to him to date me. And whenever I said it, that look, you were dating me out of convenience, you know what this idiot said? Why would you ever say that? You broke my heart. Blah, 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 blah. And myself, I'll not be begging on top of what I said. You know when people say, oh, express yourself, and then you express yourself, and finally they make you feel stupid, or they make you feel bad for expressing yourself. This was Bumble's clothes, this green thingy. Anyway, so in December of 2025, I traveled to Australia. Spent time with my family, clocked 24 in Australia. It was fine, it was nice, it was cute, it was whatever. It was really nice. Came back, and when I came back from the airport, I had bags and baggages. Hey, God forbid a relationship like that ever again. And it always occurred to me that if I'm in a relationship, why do I have to always be so self-reliant? Like, why did I always have to be so self-reliant? You never contributed to anything. You never tried to help me out in any way. There was only one time that you helped me out, and that one time, I paid back. I felt like I was always the one doing the most, and this person was just there out of convenience. Like, it was so easy for you. I was always the one doing the most. Like, God forbid that ever happened again. I was always the one doing the most. And I came back from Australia. I used a train back to Birmingham. Mind you, I had a cat. I left my cat in your care because we have gotten back together, obviously. When I came back, God forbid. You know how cats are? Cats are clean animals. Like, they cannot poo in the same place twice and you have not scooped their litter. They are not going to poo there. They will find somewhere else to poo. That's to show you. And they will have to poo at least 5 times in that their litter for it to be stinking, for them to say, I don't want to poo here anymore. I used a train. You know how far Australia is? I think I probably did a 30 hours flight or more. I got to London. From London, immediately I started coming to Birmingham. Like, I did not even waste any time. I came straight to Birmingham. I had bags that I was carrying. My shoulder was sore. I was so tired. Mind you, I had surgery a couple of weeks ago. So God knows if I'm fully healed or I have my strength back. But I did stuff. I got back. I carried stuff. You did not offer to come and pick me up from the train station. You didn't offer to come and pick me up from London. You didn't offer to come and pick me up from anywhere. And me, I went back. I got to my apartment. Opened my apartment door. There was cat shit every single place. My couch had cat shit on it. My walls were stained with cat shit. My floor, cat shit. Bumble has literally even torn the nylon of his food. That's to show that you literally just abandoned him in that apartment. I gave you this cat to take care of. You brought him back to my apartment because you said you could not contain the smell of his shit. That is just how irresponsible you are. You could not contain the smell of his shit. You brought him back to my apartment. You could not now even be visiting him regularly to scoop his litter and put more litter. And then I noticed that one of the books or my stuff for my nails that I kept under the table, he had removed it. That's my manners at then. He had removed it. And the reason for you removing it was that Bumble was shitting inside of it. And then I confronted him. Then he's like, do you know how much I was going through emotionally, psychologically, discally, bothcally? I was going through a lot. And you expect me to be looking after a cat that you don't even know that I tried. That when I came into your apartment, I saw Bumble had shit inside here. I even cleaned it for you, and you're here complaining. Jehovah Nissi. I stay with Bumble. I live with Bumble. I don't scoop Bumble's litter for 2 days. Bumble will not shit on my floor. I wouldn't scoop his litter for 2 days. He will not shit on my floor. And then I also saw that Bumble's paws were bleeding when I came back. And I'm like, when I saw him, I'm like, why is your paw bleeding? Like, why is your paw bleeding? You left a cat all alone in the house. He had probably destroyed everywhere. He had probably injured himself with something. Under my watch, those things will never happen. And then it just occurred to me that, you know what? With everything that has added, with everything that has happened, I know I thought this was going to be my future husband, because that's what I was tolerating, because I'm like, you know what? You are the only one that I've tolerated so far. And it just occurred to me, then that this man will never, ever, ever be the father of my children. Ever. Because when we're dating, he was saying everything so right. And then his actions were just otherwise. And it just made me think that I don't think this man can ever be the father of my children. Because are you saying that I cannot have a vacation on my own and come back and my children are not in chaos, or my home is not in chaos? I'm like, God forbid. I think that's when it started to occur to me, and that is when I started detaching from him. That God forbid this man is ever the father of my children. God forbid he's ever the father of my children. God forbid he's ever the father of my children. Hi, people have suffered. Anyway, December of 2025, my auntie also came along. Mind you, me and this man, we had not seen. There's a fly going around, so if you see the fly in the camera, I'm sorry for you. So, December of 2025, mind you, me and this man did not see. I came back, was it around 18, 19 or 20? I cannot recall. But I came back, me and this man did not see up until Christmas. And my auntie came around. My auntie, we went around, we were up and down. Like, not even for once did we even see each other. Like, for 1 week I was back, we didn't see each other because he was busy. I was busy. You know, whenever I look back, I'm like, there is no how this man was not cheating. Like, I look back and I see that there is no how this man was not cheating. And sometimes I'm glad that I did not catch him, or I had no thoughts of him cheating then. But whenever I think of it now, I'm like, there is no way somebody will love me so much and will not be able to create time the way he could not create time. Like, he could not create time, but when it was convenient for you, you will come to see me. What the hell? My auntie came over with her children. We went around, we played, we had fun, everything. Then fast forward to around Christmas, I finally spent Christmas with this human being. He gave me Christmas presents. After he gave me Christmas presents, you know what he stuck to me to was a return. I didn't give him anything for Christmas, but he gave me stuff for Christmas. Wow, princess. Princess M. You are such a princess. Like, I didn't give him anything for Christmas, but he gave me stuff for Christmas. Maybe every time I give you a gift, I should have said you didn't give me anything in return. Since we are doing do me, I do you. Every time you give me a gift, or every time I give you a gift, I should have asked for my own in return. Because all of a sudden you have done the bare minimum, and I'm supposed to be head over heels and be like, oh my God, thank you so much, I love you so much. Oh. Fuck you. Genuinely, fuck you. I don't even remember what he gave me for Christmas. I think I threw it away. I probably threw it away. Like, when I end things with people, I don't think I can carry that same item the way I used to carry it before. There's a gift he gave me for my birthday though that I still have, but that's different. Anywho, yeah, so fast forward to January of 2025. January of 2025. We're still together. Around this time, we're still trying to make our relationship work because we've been having a lot of arguments. I call it arguments, a lot of disagreements back to back, and a lot of bad vibes and a lot of stuff. So we're trying to make our relationship work. I try my best not to make this about relationships, but to be honest, I feel like that was probably the most of my 2024/2025. So trying to make it work, and then he's like that, oh, he doesn't see this working, because I wanted to make a very big decision, and he's like, I've never even asked how he felt. That's most of the times I will just be doing things and I'll not ask how he feels about it, blah 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 blah. And sometimes when I look back at all these things, I realize that it was my decision to make. It was not your decision to make. It was never his decision to make. It was my decision to make. Let's say that, okay, I had a decision. I had a discussion, a sit-down discussion with you. At the end of the day, the ball would have been in my court to make that decision because it was my life. It was my choice. But somehow he always made my choices about him. Like, what in the heaven's sake of manipulation was that? God forbid. Jehovah Nisi, thank you. Jehovah, thank you. Anywho, we're still trying to make our relationship work. We had our bi-weekly date. It was so freaking awkward. All our dates in January were so freaking awkward. I think it was towards the end of January that we started getting our grasp on things. And also in the second week or so of January, I told you I quit my job. My boss called me back to come and work, that a lot of clients were asking of me, that they really miss me, blah blah blah, because I'm a compassionate person, that's for sure. And in care, you need compassion. I was a compassionate person. I love people. So obviously I do my work with compassion, and there is no how I will leave a place and you not ask of me. Have you met me? You like, I love people. So it's like, okay, I should come back to work for them, blah blah blah. But this time around, they're going to make sure that I get a better position, in the sense that they did not want me to keep on working with the people I was working with before, because there was like a gossip thing happening at work, and then there were rumors being spread about me all around, as at the reason that these were the reasons why I quit before. So she's like, okay, she'll make it so that I don't work with those people again, blah blah blah, which is what happened. I stopped working with them. So this time around, I had my own shift, my own client, my own solo shift, and it was so nice. Like, it was chilled, and I was even getting paid better than I was getting paid before. It's not that the hours shifted, but I had more hours because of this shift that I had. So I was really enjoying it, whatever. So fast forward to, everything was going fine at this point. Me and him, we started finding our grasp back in the relationship. And then fast forward to February, when we finally officially broke up, and when I finally officially quit my job. And I never knew how chaotic planning Valentine's Day will be, because I was in a relationship. And ordinary, what are we doing for Valentine's Day, ended up being the reason why we broke up. Like I told you, if you don't want to do anything, or if you find out that, okay, if you're like, all these things that we're doing is too much, all these things I want to do is too much. And mind you, I keep on saying that I am such a lover girl. I don't care if you don't reciprocate, because I am blinded by love. But I will never let that be the case again. I will never ever let that be the case again. Because I was going to do this 5 senses gift, music, hearing, whatever. So I literally bought everything for all the senses, and one more that was never delivered. It got delivered later on after we broke up. On the 7th of February, I had an interview for a UK government role, which I ended up going for. It was all the way in Wales. And if you know how far Birmingham is from Wales, it was all the way in Wales. And then the next day, he was in London. So we're just having a conversation over the phone, like, what are we doing for Valentine's, blah, blah, blah. Because we met the day before. The day after met the day before. That was the day I had my interview. In the evening we met, and then he's like that I should book something. I should book a train, I think, or something for London that he has somewhere in mind. So I sent him the tickets the day after. That's okay. Should I go ahead to book this? Then he was like, "Oh, the ticket is too expensive. That there are other options." So I think I made a comment. I was like, "So should I or should I not?" Then he's like, "Why am I making a big deal about out of it?" So before you know it, the thing just became this whole back and forth, and it became like something as small as tickets became something that spiraled. And he's like, that the fact that we're always having an argument, that he doesn't like it, that you know what, let's just end things or something like that. I think that was the statement he made. I'll insert the chat. Then I'm like, okay, sure, let's go, like, let's break up. And then the next day, he's coming to pick up his stuff. Before he came to pick up his stuff, his jumper, his sweater that I was wearing, because I took his sweaters a lot. The sweaters that I was wearing that belonged to him, the gifts that I got for him for Valentine's Day, because there was no way I was using those gifts, because I would just feel a bit of sentiment towards it. So the gifts, his sweaters, his property that was in my apartment, I just packed it by one corner. And mind you, my friend was around this February. So I think my friend Precious, she really helped me get through this breakup. Like, I cannot imagine having to have gone through this breakup alone. She really helped me get through the breakup because she was with me. So I felt like, one thing I hate so much about the UK is that you get so lonely that the barest of attention feels right. Because if it was that I was in Glasgow, I didn't date anybody in Glasgow. For what are we saying? In Glasgow, I had friends. Look right, look left, look out, look wherever. I had friends everywhere. So I didn't see the need to date people. But as soon as I came to Birmingham, it was like I was the only one. The only friend I made in Birmingham was my friend from the gym. And she moved to Manchester she moved to Manchester in 2024. So it was like I was the only one in Birmingham. Like, it was just like he was my only friend. So I felt the need to tolerate and keep him around. And I just thought that, okay, this is what relationships are about. That you guys just argue a lot in relationships. You guys actually just... So we ended up breaking up. And then the next day he came to apologize. But that apology was not an apology. I don't know why you people will want to apologize to somebody and you kind of turn it into, I reacted this way because of how you treated me. Is it an apology or you are blaming? Like, is it a blame game or is it an apology? Like, let's be sincere. Is it a blame game or is it an apology? You cannot be apologizing to me and be saying, oh, I acted out of order because you treated me X, Y, and Z. And let's say I treated you badly. That is okay. But I did not treat you badly. And somehow you just want me to see that the fault is mine. It is not. You're not apologizing to me. I'm sorry. You're not apologizing to me. You're just making me see reasons why you're right. And that is not an apology. And you're telling me you love me unconditionally. If you love me unconditionally, you will not treat me like this. You will not treat me like I'm an option. You will not treat me like I'm convenience. You will treat me like priority. And I was never your priority. Like, let's all be honest. I never felt like a priority. I honestly felt like I was the one prioritizing myself in a space that there was no space to be prioritized. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has been occupied. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were occupied, and I was number 10. Was I even in the list? God knows. Because I never felt like a priority. Anywho, I think everything that happened from August kind of gave me an insight into who this person was. And all along, I thought that us having arguments before we started dating was myself, just like it was me just self-sabotaging. But whenever I look back, I'm like, there was a reason why my gut was never okay with this in the first place. There were reasons why my guts were never okay with this in the first place, and I did not listen. I was like, yeah, I'm self-sabotaging, and at the end of the day, I regretted it so damn much that I was like, how did I get here? How on earth did I get here? I did not recognize myself anymore. I did not know who I was. I didn't even know how I got to this point in the first place. Like, I was so comfortable in this nonsense. I was like, how the fuck did I get here? How did I get here? I like, up to today, I will still ask myself that question. Like, whenever I talk about my breakup in full details with my friends or with whoever, I still feel a bit of, is regret the word? I don't think it's regret, but I feel like sometimes I feel like I could have held like, if my future self could just hold myself back at that point, like I should have just held myself and be like, you're not going anywhere. Stay where you are. You are better off being single. Like, anyway, so we broke up on the 8th of February, and then mind you, my friend was staying with me, and my friend had plans to move back to the US, and I just thought about it. I'm like, if this country has not benefited me in any way, like, genuinely, the only benefit I've gotten from this country is my degree and maybe the few friends that I made, but it has not benefited me in any way. I've been struggling since the moment I set foot into this, like, since the moment I set foot into Birmingham, I've been struggling. Like, since the moment I completed my studies, my graduate program, I have been struggling. And I'm like, why am I still here? UK is not by force. Genuinely, UK is not by force. And I remember one of my co-workers then telling me that if I go back home, I'm already old enough that, do I think my parents will care? And I realized something. My parents and your parents are two different people. Like, my parents will never look back on me. They will never turn their back on me because I am old enough to cater for myself. Never. As long as they have the resources and as long as I have a dream. I'm back. My phone died when I had already reached the end of my recap. I was literally already in December 2025, and I decided to check my Mac. I did not see lights there again. I checked my phone, and my phone was dead. So where I stopped, I think I was saying, like, I've already eaten. So I'm panting a little bit. I've eaten, I've relaxed, I've done 2 episodes of Vampire Diaries, and here I am. I've never watched Vampire Diaries, get over it. Anyway, so where was I? I was like, one of my co-workers was like, my parents will not accept me again, I'm already old enough, I'm supposed to be working for my money, blah blah blah. And then I came to a realization that her parents and my parents are two different people. My parents, if they have the resources, they will provide. The only reason why I'm able to do so many things, I'm able to do makeup, I'm able to do food, I'm able to do hair, I'm able to do nails, I'm able to do anything, is because of the kind of parents I had. When I was younger, that I wanted a LED light to start content creation, guess who bought it for me? My father. I wanted a camera to start content creation, guess who bought it for me? My father. I wanted my first makeup, guess who bought it for me? My mom. I wanted to start learning how to do hair things, guess who bought it for me? My mom. So they've always shown track records of being supportive, and it's not because of the thought of, oh my gosh, I'm growing older, blah blah blah, that it will stop me from chasing after what I really want to chase after. I've always been multi-talented. I've always been this person. So being stuck in that job just made me start thinking very small. Like, my thinking was so small. I'll literally be awake from 6 a.m. I'm getting to my house by 10 p.m. because where I was doing work then was in Longbridge. If you know Birmingham, it was in Longbridge. Longbridge to city center, around where I lived then, is a distance. So I wouldn't want to be hopping the bus back and forth during my break time. So I'll stay in Longbridge until evening time. It was crazy. It was crazy. So I was just like, you know what, I cannot do this anymore. Even if I was now doing like stay-at-home carer, but I just had to come to a realization that I can't live this life. This is not me. This is making me smaller than the Moyo I know. Like, my thoughts was smaller, my confidence was smaller, it was non-existent, coupled with the breakup, coupled with everything. I'm like, yeah, that is it. I'm not doing this anymore. Anywho, so in March of 2025, I cut off one of my friends, and this is because that guy is he's a stupid person. He's a stupid person. You know, all those people that wait for you to break up with who you are with just so they can have a chance with you. This is who he was. And yeah. Anyway, I told you guys that in 2024 April, I worked somewhere for 1 week, which will end up being my current place of work this month. So in March 2025, I went there. I was working as a digital executive, and because of I did not have any professional experience according to them, even if I've worked as a student content creator, even if I've worked in YouTube for almost 4 years, even if I was creating content by the side, even if I was helping some people manage their social media, it did not count to them because I did not have any sit down professional experience. So they wanted me to start with a graduate role. I was like, I can't do a graduate role. I have a master's degree, I have an NYSC, I have this, I have that, I have how many years of experience, and you guys want to cut to your cost and make me start with a graduate role. I said, yeah, I cannot do that. I cannot. They said, oh, it's better for me to start with a lower position and get promoted than to start with a higher position, and then they say I'm not fit, then they'll start removing my. I'm like, I can't do that. Anyway, so I spent the next 5 or how many days arguing back and forth with the HR and fighting for what I thought was right. So we ended up coming to a settlement. So I ended up taking a junior executive role and in digital. So that was where I was working, and that's what I did. So for the next couple of months, it was bland. There was not really anything happening because immediately I came back. I think I came back around 17th of March, and 20 something of March I already started working. So I did not even stay too long at home because I did not want anything that will make me think or that will make me look back. So around April, nothing really happened in April. I think it was Easter. In May, I auditioned for Big Brother. I didn't get in, obviously. In June, was it June I started driving, or it was April or May? I think it was April I started driving. In June, I think I already got over my PTSD because now I was driving to the island. If you don't know, I had an accident. I had an accident in 2022. That was way before I stopped vlogging on YouTube. There was an accident I had before I traveled. If you guys are not new here, it would have come to your memory about the accident I'm talking about. Anyway, I had an accident then. So since then, I've had PTSD for driving. I don't drive the same route again. So it's like my friend was always following me back and forth. She was always following me because I also had the accident behind the car the last time. So it was easier having her around because it's almost like she knew when I was scared to turn. So she would look at my side for me, she would look at my back for me, she would be like, oh yeah, Moyo, turn now, oh yeah, Moyo, calm down, Moyo, don't shake. So whenever we're in the car, she would literally not even talk to me because I cannot talk and drive. I could not talk and drive. So I think around then I finally got over my PTSD for driving. And there's also something that was happening around then. I think around then I finally started processing my emotions. Like, I was not blocking them out again. Before I was blocking it out, so I was having anxiety. I was having anxiety. So I stopped blocking out my emotions. So everything just got worse. Like around June, I got depressed. It was crazy. Like as I'll be driving home, I'll be crying, I'll be shedding tears. Like, it was crazy. It took me a while to get here. Like, when I mean anxiety, I don't even mean, I swear I'm about to cry, I don't even mean the kind of anxiety that you are just worried. I mean, like, I was anxious to the point that my stomach will be aching me, like I'm in pain because I was anxious. And I'm like, it's taking me a while to be here. Like, apparently I'm not healed. It was almost like all the emotions that blocked off, they finally like broke. Like, everything just finally like it just broke off. So I think it was also around June that I shaved my head because my depression started to kick in, and basically everything, all the emotions I blocked away, everything I numbed started to like break through. And then I just got bad. Like I got bad. I was crying every second. I was crying. The kind of anxiety that you have, that you run to the toilet, that you feel like vomiting, you feel like pooing, like I was having diarrhea. Like anxiety diarrhea. I don't know how to explain anxiety. Like my stomach was paining me. And it's like you are just like your stomach is just paining you and you're just sitting down on the toilet and you're like, God. It's almost as if you should strip, like, for the longest time I could not wear chain. As you can see, I still cannot wear chain. I had anxiety yesterday, so I took off my chain, because usually I have this small pendant, this small cross that is always on my neck. I cannot wear chain again. Like I will feel like someone is choking me. Like I need to scratch off my skin and literally like remove it. So I've been having anxiety. Like my anxiety was bad, my depression was bad, my eyes got blurry, I couldn't see, my ears started fading out, like I couldn't hear properly. It was like the smallest, you can see how dim this light is, like the smallest of lights, then it will make me feel like somebody is like trying to pluck out my eye. Like I'll literally be shouting, off the light, off the light, you people, this light is disturbing me, off it. Like it was so bad. I didn't want to talk to my cousins, I didn't want to talk to anybody. I just wanted to lock myself up at home. Like I'll lock myself in the room, I'll be crying, I'll go to work the next day, I'll act normal, I'll come back home, I'll start crying. Like I'll cry to bed, I'll cry when I wake up, I'll cry in the car, I'll cry on my way to work. Like I was crying, you people, I was shedding tears. Every single time I feel like I'm getting better. This is not even about the breakup. It's more of like in me, like myself. Whenever I feel like I'm getting better, like I mean getting mentally better, getting everything better, something else just comes. Like something else just comes up. Cause like I honestly hate the fact that I cannot walk without feeling like I can't do anything without feeling anxious. I don't even know. Honestly, I don't like this. I actually don't. And it's like I want to speak to somebody so bad. But every time I try, like I just find myself holding back. And I'm like I don't even, fuck. There was even some few times I picked up my camera to vlog, and in the vlog I was crying. I could not function without crying. It was terrible. It was very terrible. And was it around July or August I finally went to the hospital because my blood pressure was starting to become high. And then I'm like, okay, this is not normal anymore. Like my blood pressure was getting to 140 something, 90, 140 something slash 90. It was almost like borderline blood pressure. So whenever I go to the hospital, they'll be like, okay, I should watch. Do I always get panic attack? Do I always get scared easily? That I should watch it. They'll tell me there's nothing physically wrong with me. That it's probably just my thoughts. That when I should check myself, that I should do this, I should do that. Like, you know, all these old school Nigerian doctors, like they just feel like mental health is nothing. So it's like my mental health was affecting my physical health, yet they could not see anything to treat. So it's like I'll just waste money, go for consultations, there's nothing they're treating, and then they'll be like, at a point they started saying it's ulcer, and then the drug that they gave me for ulcer will now be inflicting more pain in my stomach. I was like, what the hell? Honestly, what is this? So it literally just got worse. From my eyes being blurry to everything started to spin. Like the whole world started to spin. Like I could not stand without falling down. Like everything started to spin. It was terrible. There was one time that I woke up, I'm like, you know what, I'm going to work, because I've been going to work since, but on that day it was worse. I'm like, you know what, I'll still go to work. I was still even driving, and I could not see the road very well. Like if I'm driving, I was driving very slow around that period because I could not see anything. Like my vision was blurry. That's probably the most I've worn my glasses since they prescribed that glasses to me. That was the most time I've worn my glasses, because somehow I think my glasses was also helping. So it's like that point I woke up, I was like, let me just go to work, because they are saying there's nothing wrong with me, so I cannot, because of that, sit down at home. So I was trying to tongue my hair getting ready to work. And as soon as I bent down, like I told you, the world is spinning. As soon as I bent down to drop something and I stood back up, I went like this. Like I went back. Like I could not balance myself. I went back. And if not for Folake that was awake. So as soon as I went back, Folake, I think Folake caught me. Like everything just happened in such a flash. Like Folake caught me, and then they started following me up and down because I was still going to go to work. I was still going to drive. They started following me up and down. They're like, if you don't report, I will report you. If you don't tell mommy that you are fainting, I will tell mommy myself. Because if Folake was not there, I would have probably hit my head on the bed angle and I would have started bleeding. It was terrible. So because of what happened, I had to go to the hospital, and that hospital this time around, and then they finally started treating me for vertigo. They're like, oh, that the drowsiness is caused by vertigo, that maybe there's like an imbalance in my ear and my BP2 is high, this is that, They tried to give me prescriptions, and that's the most prescription I've ever used in my life. I think I was taking up to 10 to 12 tablets at a go, morning, afternoon, nights. 10 to 12 tablets. They say I shouldn't do anything, don't go to work, sit at home, because they don't know where I'll fall down. So sit at home, don't do anything, don't drive, don't go to work. So I think for a week or two, I think it was a week, I was at home, I was not doing it. I felt jobless. Like I felt like I was jobless. I wasn't doing anything. So I think it got better around August, and then in September the worst happened to me. They suspended all my Instagram accounts. All my Instagram accounts went. I cried. Like I cried. I shed tears. It was terrible. All my Instagram accounts went. But I feel like something bad had to happen for me to decide that I'm not doing this anymore. It was even the day before that I decided to open my platform, and then I was taking orders. And then within 2 weekends of taking order, I made money. I made the kind of money that I would not make working 2 weeks in my job. 2 days, I made it. And that was when I realized, yeah, it's time to quit. And then the next day, as soon as I got to work, I handed in my resignation letter. And then I gave them a month notice. So October came around and I finally quit my job. I left the job and I said entrepreneurship full time. And then in November 2025, my account got undisabled. They got back to me. So I finally had all my Instagram accounts back, and I had my first big girl job for my first big girl contract for my entrepreneurship business. That was because my dad was having his birthday, and then he contracted me as one of the vendors. So yeah, I delivered. So you guys should know now, I deliver at parties. I'm a food vendor. I deliver. So yeah, may go. Give me the money. I'll give you the desserts. Give me the money, I'll give you the desserts. End of November, I started talking to somebody new. Mind you, before November, I was talking to some people, but they were not people that I would consider being in a relationship with. I was entertaining them. Because I was bored. I was entertaining them because I had not yet realized that, like, I had not yet come to my senses, basically. Like, I was just coming out of a breakup. Everything was just fresh to me. Settling back in Nigeria after 3 years, everything was still fresh to me. So it was almost like they were just there to keep me company and not let me get bored. Let me use it that way. Like, I was entertaining people because of boredom. So all those people that I stopped entertaining them was around September. So from September up until November, I was not talking to anybody. I was not chatting up anybody. I was not doing anything. I think it was from June to September. I started talking to people in June again. Was it June or May? I started talking to people in June again. And then June to September, I think I talked to about 6 people within that span, 6 or 5. Then September, I stopped talking to people because I'm like, you know what, I'm no longer dating anybody. That's everybody's business. Like, let's all mind our business. I'm not dating anybody. I'm not talking to anybody. I just want to be on my own. So around November, I got set up with somebody. So I started talking to the person. The person was nice. The person was kind. the person was intentional. Like, this person would literally drive to my place, drive to my house, pick me up, take me out, pick me, drop me back home, and still go home. Like, the intentionality screamed, like the kindness screamed. The person was very intentional. But you know how I said the last time that my ex asked me out in a very lackadaisical way, in a very nonchalant way? This person did the same thing. When I say I'm not doing anything like that, I mean it. When I say I'm not repeating the same mistakes again, I mean it. When I say history will never repeat itself twice, I mean it. You cannot ask me out the same way I felt then. I'll feel it again, even if you're intentional, even if you're this. And funny enough, I said yes. I said yes, I'll be your girlfriend. But that will forever haunt me. It's gonna haunt me forever, my dear. Cause, okay, let's even say, yeah, fine. Yes, I said yes. But in the percentage or in the bracket of why I broke up, it is not 0.1. Like, if there are 10 reasons why I broke up, that reason of how you asked me out is not 0.1% of the reason why I broke up with you. You know how you choose intentionality, or you know how you choose character over attraction. I chose his character over attraction. I was not drawn to him. I just loved his character. I loved his intentionality. And I don't know how girls do it. I thought I could be that girl. I thought I was even self-sabotaging again. I thought that, this doesn't matter in the long run. And then I started searching up things like, is it okay to love somebody because of their character? Is it okay to love somebody because of their intentionality, even if you're not that attracted to them? Because I started having wandering eyes. I don't have wandering eyes. Like, normal, I like people. But when I'm in a relationship with somebody, or when I'm ordinary talking stage, I don't have wandering eyes. So I was having wandering eyes with that person, and then I'm like, yeah, I can't. Like, I was outside one time, and then someone asked me, do I have a man? I said no. I was dating this person, but I said no. And that was when I realized that, yeah, it's time to break up. It's time to break up, because I never want to be a cheat. I'm not going to inflict harm on anybody. I'm not going to inflict pain on anybody's feelings. I'm never going to be a cheat. And the way I constructed the breakup message, it was in such a way that I made sure that this person did not feel some type of way about it. So it was like, I don't want to be a cheat. I never want anybody to feel a certain way being around me. I don't want you to get insecure because of me. So yeah, I broke up. Anyway, I also got my second big girl contract in December as well, because it was also my auntie's birthday. So she patronized me, and yeah, for the first time in forever, we did not go to Ijebu for Christmas this year, because it was dirty December in Lagos, man. So all my cousins came around. It was really fun. It was really nice. What else happened? I celebrated my 25th birthday. Frontal lobe developed. What did I just say? I celebrated my 25th birthday. My frontal lobe is fully developed. Don't play with me, okay? So yeah, that was my 2024 where I left off, and 2025 where you did not see at all. That's literally the summary of everything. And then now January has come, New Year's, new resolution. I think I'm going to be giving a separate video on that. I've captured some videos before now, like some vlogs. I don't know if I should cut and add to this one, but I'll try to cut and add to this one. On the 5th of January, my YouTube finally got monetized, remonetized again. You guys, I've not been monetized since February 2023. I've talked about it on this channel. Like, February 2023, they canceled my monetization. So I've not been monetized since February 2023. So now it's January 2025, and my YouTube channel finally got remonetized. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I owe you people a video. Like I said, I was coming back November, last 2 months. But I did not come back November. Why? Because I thought it was going to get remonetized, but it did not. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not coming back. And as soon as I saw it got monetized, I was like, okay, I owe you people nothing. Like, I owe you people nothing after this video. I'm not promising anybody one post every week. The most I can do for now is 2 posts every month. And then maybe in the second quarter, or maybe in the second half, you'd see 1 post every week. Who knows? But by the grace of God, inshallah, I will edit this video and post it now. You guys are going to see it. Today's date is 7th of January. Should I promise? You people will see it. 7th of January 2025, West African time. You people will see it. Should we bet? I'm coming. I'll go and edit my video and I'll post it. Yeah. Anyway, hope to see you guys in my next video. I'm going to be talking about my 2026 plans and whatnot. I'm very active on TikTok. I'm very active on my other Instagram, so be sure to follow that one. I feel like I also need to do a new intro for YouTube, because I've changed so much. I've actually changed so much. I'm not the same person. So please, if you're under 18 and you're subscribed to this channel, please unsubscribe, because this is most likely going to turn into a relationship channel, or it's most likely going to turn into a talkative channel, an opinionated channel, because why not? It's my channel and I'll do what I want to do. Okay, anywho, see you guys in my next video. Bye.